So today we're going to be learning about how to make some tea. So the first thing you do is you turn on a really bright light. Whoopie-doo. And then you put some water on the boil. But you don't want to get it on boil. So once it gets little bubbles on the bottom, don't worry. Just turn the stove off so all the carbonation will get out. Then what you got to do is you got to get over here, get your green tea straight from the dollar store. Get like 8 or 9 of these bags, or 10 or 12, or just an amount. And you hold them all by here, and you put them on a spoon, just like this. Okay, then you put it on the water. See how it turns green? That's good. Green is good. Don't forget that. And once it's done, you just leave that there. And you go ahead and you go over to the sink and you get your pitcher, you full of ice. And what you want to put in there is half a cup of sugar. Just, yeah. And then once the sugar's put in there, you got to put in 1/8 of a cup of honey. The free extension browser that literally saves you money on your online shopping. Yeah, just kind of let that go. Do its thing. Sometimes you need some help with your finger. Hold on. I can't get it in frame. Hold on. I can't. Dang, I should have thought this out more. But you use your finger to make sure your finger's clean. Don't be picking your nose with it. Make sure your finger's clean. Don't be using the bathroom and then doing this. It's all nasty. But once your finger, you scoop it out of there, and then after that you got a good snack like, honey. And that's getting dark over there. You're doing what it's called steeping, I think. I don't know. I read a book once. Yeah, back in school, I read a book, and they had like those tests on them. They A-R, something like that. And then you come over here, you cut out. Excuse me. Then you cut a lemon. Okay. And then you just put the other half in the bag. In the bag, you find. And then right here, you get one of the Mandalorian slices. Okay. And you take your lemon half. And you be very careful with this Mandalorian slicer, because you will Mandalorian slice your fingertips off. And believe me, unless you commit a crime, you don't want to cut your fingertips off. And so this is a two-hand operation. So just trust me, I know what I'm doing here, okay? Okay. Alright, that's good enough. So once you get down the very last tip, like, you can't, you just right here, you can't do it no more, that's fine. Call it quits. No one's going to think badly of you. And you got your lemon slices right here. Then what you do is you take those lemon slices in your hands, okay? You bring them over, just drop them in there. They'll be fine, just drop them in there. Then you rinse your hand off. Then what you do is you put your funnel back up there. You go to wash this. You find you a spoon or something to mix that all the other good stuff up. But not just yet. Hold up. Nah, spoon ain't in there. Meanwhile, you check on it. You can't use this spoon. The spoon's too big and it's too small. You check up on it. You keep steeping it. You're getting all that good juice out of them tea leaves. I don't know how it works. I saw a video on it once. Then you come over here. That'll do. You just kind of place it right there just for safekeeping so you know where it is. Then what you do is you put your knife and your cutting board and your Mandalorian slice in the sink, because you got to make sure you clean up after yourself. You go and put your dollar store green tea back in the cabinet. I love green. Okay, and then you put your lemon back in the fridge. And I think it's been steeping long enough. It's been steeping for about 4 minutes. So once you do that, what you do is you let it drain a little bit. And to help it out a little bit get all the flavor extracted, what you do is you take your hand and you... Ah! That's hot. Be careful, it's hot. And you... Ah! And you squeeze. Ah! That's hot. That's very hot. And you take your bags and you throw them away. And you take your hand over to the sink to cool your burns. Look at that. That's a burn right there. What you do is take your fork, your mixing utensil. Take that off and you grab the pot with your boiled leaf water, and then you pour. Very careful. And then once you're done with that, you can just rinse it out with some water. You ain't doing no cooking in there. You're washing it right now. Maybe give it a once over with your hand. And then, bada bing, bada boom, it's clean. Put that back on the stove. No one ever knew it was touched. So then you take your funnel. And then you take your mixing device, utensil. Mix up that sugar. Here's the better light. You mix up that sugar concoction down there. You see that little layer of concoction, that layer? You gotta mix that up. And while you're doing it, you're introducing flavors from the lemon and the honey and the ice. Oh, the ice flavors! I love the ice flavors so much. And you mix it all up. And you mix it all up. And then what you do is, usually a spoon helps out with this, but I guess a fork will have to do, is you take a little taste. Yep. That's tea. And there you go. There you have it. That's green tea.